Hey guys, how's it going? I figured I'd do a little Periscope while I'm also on the Twitter party and enjoying a beer. So, how's everyone doing? We got hundreds of questions coming here on the Twitter party. Hey guys! So, for those of you that don't know, this Twitter party that I'm doing right now is for World Vision Canada, and it was for the Killy Climb for Kids campaign that I just did where I climbed Mount Kilimanjaro. It was brutal, but we made it. Everyone actually completed the climb, and it was amazing. So, what else are we getting asked here? Yeah, it was a wonderful experience in Africa. Oh, thank you guys. I'm kind of proud of me too. I'm doing well. I'm doing really well. I'm actually in Canada right now. I did some filming in the last couple of days with my brothers, doing Property Brothers at home on the ranch. Saw my parents for the last couple of days as well. That was amazing. And you'll have to excuse me. I'm kind of going back and forth between Twitter, answering questions, and Periscope. But I am here, and I am watching. Did I question my sanity on that trip? I certainly did. I, at times, didn't think I was going to make it, and it used every ounce of strength I had and didn't have, and I relied very heavily on the people I was climbing with. They were amazing support. The climb was 8 days, so it was, most of that was going up. Coming down was only 2 days, but yeah, that was an intense week. What am I drinking? I'm actually drinking Kokanee. It's my favorite beer in Canada, and I don't ever get it when I'm down at home in the U.S., so I'm enjoying one. I see someone's commenting on the lion that was killed in Africa, and yeah, that was very, very upsetting. I really don't understand sports hunting. It doesn't make sense to me. Sky's the limit. Yeah. I was up above the sky. I felt like I was so high that gravity was going to give up and I was just going to float away. The weather has been, touch and go here in Calgary and Alberta. It's been like raining a little bit, colder than normal. Had an amazing time with my family. So good. I love seeing my parents. That's my family. That's my peeps. The air was most definitely thinner up there. The higher you get, the harder it is to breathe, and you're exerting yourself. You're hiking. You've got a big pack on. Like you start to notice that. We're not used to that down here at city level. So I was asking when I came home, did I feel strange? I felt extremely changed. Or strange. That climb really changed me, And when I got back, I didn't feel like myself, and it was hard. Yeah, clothing I was good on. I had lots of stuff, and that was thanks to you fans, actually. You guys sent me all the most important items and required clothing and everything. I utilized everything that you sent. I took that with me. And also the wonderful people at Columbia, the kind of outdoors adventure brand. They sent me a bunch of stuff too, and they were really good to us. So it was fantastic. Doing one of these, like a Twitter chat or a Periscope, is hard enough because the questions are flying through. But doing two at the same time, this is challenging. Not as challenging as Kilimanjaro, but it is challenging. I see a lot of people here making fun or commenting on the fact that I was wearing a pink unicorn onesie up the mountain and at the summit. That was what I summited in. And apparently I was the first. That was the first pink unicorn onesie on the mountain. So I've got that. If nothing else in this life, I've got that. Oh yeah, we're talking about food right now. We had amazing food on this trip. This was like gourmet cooking every day at breakfast and then at dinner. Lots of hearts coming through. Like to see that. There's a lot of brown hearts in there. Nobody likes the brown hearts, but I mean, I'll take it. I'll take whatever I can get. Queen of Scots needs shirt sizes. I am a medium. So you guys, like, you send me amazing stuff, and I never ask because I don't ever want to ask for things. But when you send me a shirt, I will tell you this: almost all of us are mediums, and that like without fail, that's what I wear. I don't have anything planned for Michigan, but you know, I'm all over the place. I'm traveling. I probably travel a little bit more with my brothers because all the shows that I do are on the road. So you never know. I might be in Michigan. So, did I put pants on yet? Well, for those of you that follow me on Snapchat, you would have just seen my snap that I did before this of my preparation. But I'm not going to give it away. I mean, you'd have to follow me on there to have a look. Mr. JD Scott on Snapchat. Let's see what else we got in Twitter here. Yeah, we supported each other on this trip 100%. The other celebrity climbers, Rick Campanelli, Cheryl Bernard, Ariane, they were all fantastic, and we all had similar reasons for doing it. You know, the children and those in need in Africa, World Vision, but we also all had our personal reasons and our personal goals. It was interesting to see what those were. Do the things that bothered me before seem small and petty now compared to this? Well, yeah, you know, you do realize all the things that you take for granted when you do something so monumental and for such a good cause. So you come home and you realize, oh, well, maybe I don't need all these things that I normally would have gotten for myself or you know, the luxuries that I might have treated myself to. So, wildlife, you know what? There wasn't a ton of wildlife up on the mountain. We saw a bunch of, I was going to say monkeys, but I don't think they were technically monkeys. They're some sort of monkeyish creature. But we went on a safari, like an African safari, and we saw tons of stuff then, like elephants and zebras and lions. We saw the works, and it was so great because we had these open ceiling trucks, and we could take pictures all we wanted and not fear getting mauled. Okay, let's scroll up here. So when I'm doing these Twitter parties, I kind of just keep scrolling through the messages until I get to the bottom of the ones I've done, and then I go up and see what's new. And there's always like hundreds of new messages waiting. Like, oh, falling behind, I'm falling behind. I don't know what my brother's handles are on there. It's probably Mr. Silver Scott and Mr. Drew Scott, because we all do the Mr. thing on Snapchat, that is. Property Brothers at Home on the Ranch, that's going to air on HGTV in December, I believe. I'm not sure about in Canada. It may be a month later. I'm so ready for the cruise. Yes, I really need one of these trips where there's, hot sun, laying on the deck, excursions. I'm ready for it. I hope all you are ready for it. And if you don't have your tickets yet for the cruise, you better get them. Cruise, baby. My handle's Mr. JD Scott. Is that on most stuff? The only thing that's different, I think, is YouTube. I can't remember because I haven't been pushing my YouTube. I believe it's the Adventures of the Adventures of JD Scott. Oh, there's lots of fan stuff happening on the cruise, and I myself was thinking with Annalie that we might do a onesie party at some point. So, one of the nights we get together at a bar. Everyone has to wear a onesie. You don't get in if you don't have a onesie, and then we'll have drinks. Maybe do some singing, some dancing. So there's just a picture posted on Twitter of one of our group, Alicia, and she actually put the whole thing together, but she was so tired after hiking one day that she fell asleep at dinner with like her hood up. So we started piling stuff on top of her head without her knowing, and took pictures, of course. Anytime that you can prank or make fun of someone in that way, I'll do it. So what's everyone up to tonight? I have where did I get my onesie? I've got them from all over. I have tons of onesies now. I even bought 2 more today for myself. So you'll see those pretty soon. Oh, I am the prankster in the family by far. Jonathan does them too sometimes, but I have been pranking a lot my entire life. And a lot of them aren't suitable for telling the public about. They're maybe a little risque, but I like to prank. The best singer? That's hard to say. I mean, singing is very subjective. Drew's gotten pretty good, and he plays guitar. Jonathan's good too. I mean, he does a lot of karaoke, and I know that they're working on some stuff together. The 3 of us used to have a band together a long time ago. A Pikachu onesie. That'd be good. I just posted the funniest video, Pikachu video on Vine. I don't know if you're on Vine, but I revined it. You should take a look at that. Yeah, it was Western Union. That's right. The country boy band, the Scott country boy band, Western Union. Someone's asking if my brothers could do Mount Kilimanjaro. Drew could do it. Jonathan would never try. And the only reason Drew could do it is because he's the most competitive man on earth. And if anyone challenged him, he would make sure he got to the top no matter what. Why not? Why would not Jonathan not do it? Because Jonathan does not like that sort of exerting himself. That he can work all day on a site or in a home, but he would not climb a mountain like that. I guarantee it. Anyone else having a drink tonight? This is actually tonight. I'm in Calgary, and I'm going out with some of my oldest friends, and this will be the first night that I've really gone out and just let loose in a while. I've been so busy with work and doing stuff, and I came off the mountain from the World Vision trip and went straight into production on a new series that I did, which we wrapped in Vegas last week. I know Jonathan is awesome. He's my brother. Of course he's awesome. But milkshake counts, you know. It brings all the boys to the yard. Uh-oh. Hanging with Lenora, huh? That sounds like trouble. That was the project I did with Angeline, yes. We are still in the editing phase of it, but we've gotten all our footage, and I gotta tell you, pretty spectacular. It's a web series, so you'll see that online probably towards the end of August or early September. Red Stripe. That's in the little bottles, isn't it? I don't think any of us were spoiled. I mean, we all liked what we liked, but we were raised, properly by our parents and taught always to appreciate everything that we have and everything that we don't have, Most challenging part of the project. That was definitely the summit climb. Seven hours in the dark. That's right, we left at midnight and we're climbing the hardest part of the entire journey in the dark by flashlight on our head. That was brutal. My parents are good. Yeah, they're both at home and enjoying life. It's great to see them. Hopefully I'll see them again very soon. I don't get up here to Canada as much as I'd like to because I'm so busy down in the US, but it was fun. JD merch, huh? Yeah, the merch is going to be coming. Like, I've been doing a lot of planning around it and got tons of ideas for cool stuff. So now I just got to get it made, and then we'll get it online for you guys in the store. Okay? Well, the ranch, I can't tell you exactly where it is, but we're up north. Annalie is enjoying Canada. This is her first time, and she's been a tourist. We've been doing all sorts of things. She's rummaging in the background right now. Do you think that Western Union will ever reunite? Well, you never know. You got to just let my brothers know that you guys would like to see that, and maybe eventually we could have some sort of Western Union reunion. I'm gonna write that down. That's good. That's gold.
It's really good.
After this, actually, yeah, just after the chat, my best friend Rex Cable will be stopping by, and we're going to be heading out on the town. For those of you who know Rex, very talented photographer and artist. You can see him on a lot of my stuff. The ranch, it's in Alberta. I can tell you that much. The best way to contribute to or work with World Vision, go to their site. They have tons of ways that you can get involved on there, whether it's financially or just supporting events or raising awareness. Go to their site. This one was specifically done through World Vision Canada, and that's who I'm a celebrity ambassador for. But they're all connected. World Vision is World Vision, and they're a great organization. I've been working with them for 3 years now, and I have been completely impressed by the projects they set up in other countries. "92 degrees is pretty hot." Although, I mean, I'm coming from Vegas, and it gets really hot in Vegas. People are always like, it's a dry heat. I'm like, 110 degrees is 110 degrees. I don't care if it's dry or humid. It's hot. I'll be in Canada for another 6 days because I'm going to go out to Vancouver for, 5 days and visit some friends and some family. I haven't done that in a while. I'm in Calgary right now. Do I think I'll move back to Canada? That would be a no. I mean, I love Canada. It's where I'm from, but my home is now in southern U.S., and I'll tell you the major reason for that. The weather. I cannot stand cold weather. It really, really gets to me, and that is why I moved. I like that it's warm most of the time. What's in Calgary? Well, we're filming something just outside of Calgary, and my family lives only a couple hours from Calgary. That's why I'm here. Oh, I'll have fun tonight. I guarantee it. Wow, we only got 5 minutes left in this chat. The best thing that I brought back from the trip. Could insert all sorts of funny or dirty jokes here, but I won't. This is a very serious thing. The knowledge of a job well done. Is that the PC answer? You know what? I'm not really a hiker. Like, I've been asked if I'll do all these other hikes. Someone asked me if I'll do Everest. Not on your life. So I'll do small ones, like if it's a day hike or something like that. But no more of these big ones. What's the non-PC answer? I can't go into that. Not on here. Maybe on Snapchat. I like the idea of these things that will disappear after 24 hours after I've said them. Yeah, I'll be in Toronto in September for TIFF. We put on an event there called the Producers Ball, which is a very popular event these days, and looking forward to it. Always have a great time. I am drinking a beer called Kokanee. It's a Canadian beer, and I like it a lot, and that's purely because of nostalgia. Rex Cable and I kind of, We started our drinking with that beer, and so we've got a special place in our heart for it. And even Annalie is going to try one. Isn't that right?
Yeah.
She doesn't know what she's getting into. It was the first thing I did when I got back. Yeah, it was shower. I was one of the dirtiest men you have ever seen. I basically sat at the bottom of my shower, like huddled up, and the dirt was streaming off me, and I was like weeping a little. I can't get clean. People are saying, hello, Annalie.
Hi.
She says hi. I'm going to keep this going a little bit longer. Will I marry you? Well, that's awfully forward, but I'll consider it.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Yeah, not a single plant in sight up there. It was a wasteland at the top of the mountain. Let's scroll back up to the top here. I love how everybody's gotten on board with the whole Periscope thing. When we tried this for the first time a few days ago, we fell in love with it. It is one of the best new apps that I've used. That's for sure. I love it. That was my crying game moment. Yeah, in the shower. I know all there is to know about the crying game after climbing Kilimanjaro. Yeah, I'm glad you guys have fun. I mean, this is basically just us tweeting live. I can talk back and forth. It's a lot faster, really. We do these Twitter parties, and it's great. I get to interact with the fans, but it's very, time-consuming to type out all these answers. Lindsay is recovered now. I talked to her a couple days ago, and I was asking how she's feeling, and it took her the same. It took her a few days to really get back to normal. She felt off, and she was extremely angry at all the people that had told her to do it, because I did not. I was very honest with her. I said, Lindsay, are you sure that you want to do this? And she made it. I mean, this is, for those who don't know, Lindsay Whitehorn is one of my bosses basically at the network. She puts like all the magic onto TV. She's responsible for Property Brothers. I mean, I think you may have heard of that. And she did the Kilimanjaro hike a week after me. So I left some of my equipment in Tanzania for her to use, and then she brought it back after and just sent it out to me. So she made it. Very proud of her. You did it, Lindsay. I knew you could. I just wanted you to know how hard it was. The Caribbean wants the Scott Brothers. Yes, I think that there should be some sort of World Vision trip to the Caribbean. I'm down for that one. It'll be a big challenge of, laying on the beach, enjoying tropical drinks, dancing the night away. It'll be rough, but someone has to do it. Cedar Point, yeah, I'd love to go to Cedar Point. It has one of the best amusement parks in the entire world. Have not been there yet, but pretty soon, hopefully. Most challenging part of this project. Accomplishing it. task was so much bigger than I expected.
I have a brown heart.
You've got a brown heart? I didn't even know you had a heart. See what I did there?
Hey, I just bought one.
Okay. Drinks on the cruise? Yes. I'm down. Why do you think that they invited me on the cruise? I'm the one who will go out to the bar and we'll drink with you. We'll drink the night away and have fun. That's my role. If you're afraid of heights, do not go climb Kilimanjaro. See, there's lots of brown hearts. You're not alone. You're in good company.
Alright, tell them we're going to flood the screen with brown hearts.
Flood the screen with brown hearts right now. Let's see them all. Bring them on. Make it rain.
All the brown hearts.
Oh, there they are. Yeah. There's tons of them now.
It's so earthy.
You got all these beautiful colors like, pink and green and blue, and then you got poop. The poop color. Oh, there she is. Like, whoa, weirdo. Well, looks like we made it through the Twitter party. It's fun seeing some of these pictures too, like the other climbers and World Vision are posting pictures of stuff I didn't even remember or I haven't seen before. It's good stuff indeed.
Ooh, wifey's on there.
Oh, I hear Radiant's on. Hello, friends in Vegas. Some of the most talented photographers that you can find. Radiant Inc. How much older am I than my brothers? 40 years. Yeah. They're 37, and I am 40 years. 77? The pic you posted of the map. I don't think I saw that. And I have to apologize, guys. If I miss your question, it's not because I'm skipping over it necessarily. It's because sometimes they fly by and I can't even see them. They fade out before I have a chance to respond. It's the same on social media. Like, we really try to answer fans and respond to you guys, but it's not always possible. Like, there's only so many hours in the day, and we cover off so many social media platforms. We do Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, now doing Vine, Snapchat, Periscope, Pinterest. So it takes time. And I mean, I have some people working with me, but I don't have a huge team working under me. So if we miss something, I apologize, and I'll try and make it up to you later. Yeah, that's right. I'm a Highlander. There can only be one, and it's me. Let's see. Oh, the tracking map of Kilimanjaro, is that what you're talking about? Because I haven't even seen that. My mom told me that she was watched the whole time. And I was hoping that you guys were getting the posts that my GPS was making, but I couldn't see. I couldn't read anything. I could only send out the updates. So I was hoping that you were following along, but I didn't know for sure. I had basically no contact from the outside world. Except, I got to use the satellite phone that we had for an emergency on the night before, or right before we did the summit. I used that, and I called Annalie, actually, and I called my dad because it was Father's Day. that was actually a rough couple phone calls. I was so tired and completely emotional, and it was hard to keep it together for talking to Annalie and my dad.
I was drunk.
You were drunk. TV special on the families we've helped, like through Property Brothers or through World Vision, because World Vision is doing a documentary about all this, and that'll be out in the near future. As for Property Brothers, I don't know. I'm not sure if they would do that. They do keep in touch with some of the families, and that's nice, you know. Well, I will just be your older brother then, huh? Deal? Pinky swear? I've suggested that before, you know, doing a special for people with disabilities, and it's still on my mind. I would love to do that. I'm not on the Property Brothers show itself, so what they do on there is kind of separate from me. I'm on Property Brothers at home, but that's a different format. So, I mean, I'm keeping that in mind. And I would love to help people with disabilities and show them different renovations and design ideas that they could use. Oh, I don't know. I don't watch buying and selling. You know, I rarely get a chance to watch these shows because we're working so much. It takes a lot of time to make the shows, and then we don't always have time to watch them, unfortunately. I should host my own show. I do. I have a couple shows. No, I have 3 shows of my own, and then I do 2 shows with my brothers. I hear that a lot. Everyone's always saying that I should do a talk show, and I don't know if I'd want to do it. Like every day, having to sit down and do a talk show. I don't know if I have the patience for that because I have an extremely short attention span. I get distracted easily and I get bored easily. Like at conventions, I have a lot of trouble staying awake. So as soon as the speakers start talking, I'm like, which is embarrassing, especially if they know who you are and they see you doing that, like in the first few rows. They sometimes call you out on it. I've been called out. Yeah, we all went to the same school. First it was Maple Ridge Secondary, and then we switched over to one called Thomas Haney, which was an awesome school because you learn at your own pace and you do stuff faster or slower as needed. It was fantastic. I finished early. Oh, I don't know if it's a rerun. Oh, you missed Off Topic, huh? Well, I would love to do Off Topic again, and I bring it up all the time. It's just a matter of getting us all in the same place at the same time. That is difficult to do. So hopefully one of these days, I mean, Off Topic really gave you guys insight into our ideas on other things that we don't talk about necessarily, like the kind of more taboo subjects. Favorite food other than sushi? I am a big pizza fan. I like pizza a lot, and I get cravings for it every once in a while. Ugh, like big, thick cheese on top. Even though I'm lactose intolerant, I still do it. Favorite college hockey team? You know what? I don't follow college hockey. I'm an NHL guy. I'm a Vancouver Canucks man all the way. Love my Canucks, even when they're not doing very well. And I'm going to have to be a Las Vegas fan now because Las Vegas just got an NHL team, I understand. Which brother is my favorite? I don't have a favorite brother. I mean, we get along, and I love both of them equally and for different reasons, so I don't have a favorite. You just want to hang out with Annalie and I, well, that could make your head explode because we do not play by the rules. Next, brother versus brother. Well, I can't really comment on that yet. I mean, we just finished the last season, or airing the last season, and that was a astounding success, the highest ratings ever on the network. So we'll have to wait and see. But, highest ratings ever usually means there'll be another season. Spring Cruise, I can't see us doing another one that fast. This one has been planned for a year in advance. But, if it goes well, we'll do more. So tell all your friends, bring them, even if they aren't fans. Watching PB and JD now? PB and J. So I'm just going to send out a quick thank you to everybody on Twitter for joining us, and then I'll be back to you guys. Let's see, what can I say? I like to be very eloquent with my words at times. Not all the time, but at times. And I also mouth out what I'm saying as I type it. You probably have noticed that now. Killy Climb for Kids. Twitter party. World Vision is such an amazing company. And, you get people sometimes that bring up things, which I've even seen tonight, about administration costs. And yeah, there is. There's a lot of cost involved to run such a large organization and to market for it. Marketing is not cheap. But World Vision Canada also gets subsidized by the government, who matches a certain amount of the money donated, which brings it right back up to what was originally donated. So that's perfect. I think it turned out to be just over 100% of what was donated makes it out to the project. And then we'll put some hearts on there. That seems good. All right. Thank you is done. What are you guys talking about? What do you want to know? Bring on some questions. Hey, St. Louis. Chocolate hearts. Yeah, I guess chocolate's a better way to put it than poop. I will tell my parents I'll say hello. Oh, I think the whole thing with Cecil was terrible. I don't really support hunting in the first place. I think that there's no need for it these days. And hunting for sport is just, it's morally wrong in my book. Like standing 500 feet away with a rifle and a scope, there's no sport in that. That's just murder in my books. Nova Scotia. You know what? I've never been out east. I've never been to Nova Scotia or any of the eastern provinces. Hey, Illinois. Or Illinois, as foreigners probably say. You saw that? Me keeping quiet next to my parents' room? A bit of insomnia last night. Nothing new for me. Any advice for those wanting to host or having their own show? Yeah, I'm full of advice. Because it's not like I've been hosting for a long time. This is my second year doing this full time. I had to learn to let go of some bad habits. I was putting on this voice for a first while that Drew kept calling my hosty voice, and it's where I sound like this, kind of like a radio personality, and I couldn't see the difference between the two at first, and finally I realized what it was, and I just have to be me. I have to sound like me as I'm doing my shows, as I'm talking to you guys, as I'm doing commercials. I just have to be myself, and that's what everyone wants to hear. So that is the biggest advice that I would tell you. And stay grounded. Don't change. Like a lot of people who get into entertainment, they change and they lose, they lose their moral ground. They lose who they originally were, and that's counterproductive because people fell in love with who you were in the first place. That is my advice. I just gotta be me. I am a May baby. A May and Gemini baby. Yeah. I'll be your little brother, sure. Or wait, is that a dirty thing? I don't know. My brothers were in Canada. They left yesterday because they had to go back to New York where they're filming some Property Brothers and Buying and Selling. And I'm staying for a few days on vacation. And then I'm back to Vegas to work on the show that I was just working on. Called Can I Come In? So if I was to show up at your door and say, Can I come in? Would you let me? What would you say?
Hell no.
Was that a hell no I heard back then?
Yeah. I mean, you've only been to my house 3 times.
Annalie would not let me in, apparently, but I see that you guys would. My favorite beer, well, this is one of my favorites. Kokanee, like long-time favorites. It's a Canadian one, so I don't get it in the States. In the U.S., I actually drink Michelob Ultra, which people make fun of that because it's Michelob Ultra. But I also like PBR, which people make fun of that too because it's PBR. I'm glad you like my laugh because I am laughing almost all the time. I find almost everything in life funny, except when it's serious. Then I don't find it funny. We can try a Periscope with the three of us next time I'm around them. Maybe I'll just pop it on and I won't even tell them. You'll get to see them when they don't think the camera's on. I love those moments. I've only had one beer, but I can tell you this. Tonight is a drinking night, and we are going out on the town, and we are getting serious about it. How do we get our big break? That's a good question. We worked in TV and film when we were younger, like much younger, teenage years. And then I was in production for a while, and it's very hard to break in. It doesn't happen overnight usually. If it does, you're one of the lucky ones. And so we had to do other jobs to basically support ourselves. And one of the things that we decided to do was start flipping houses to make that money and pay for our film and TV ideas that we wanted to do. And so we did that. And it just turned out that we got really good at flipping houses and construction and renovations. And then the two worlds collided. The network was looking for a show like that, and Property Brothers started. My brothers did that for a couple of years, and then I got involved because the network down in the U.S., HGTV, asked me if I wanted a show. And so I said, heck yeah, I do. And they were trying to tell me what it would be. I'm like, I'll do it. I'll do anything. I don't care what it is. Now, they asked me if I'd do all-American amusement parks, which was me traveling to amusement parks going on rides. I'm like, will I do this? Yes. Yep, partying with Rex. He will be here any moment. Snapchat has been surprisingly easy to transition to. Like, Annalie and I were both dreading it because it was a new thing and we hadn't been doing it. But it's been really fun. You know, we've got stuff on there that sometimes is maybe a slightly more risque than what we put elsewhere, but it's funny stuff. All American Amusement Parks might be back. We might do a season 2. You just have to tell Great American Country, you know, tweet them, tell them that you want to see it. And that's what they listen to. So you'd be surprised how much they look at social media. You like the finale of that? I love the chance to, you know, push my brothers into the pool or do stuff like that they're not expecting, because they're always so, you know, like Drew's all got his tie on and dapper, and Jonathan's very skilled and doing the right thing all the time. So once in a while, you get to pull them out of that mode and get them wet, literally. Well, you just tell the network and my brothers what you want to see. You know, I do all sorts of things at this point, and I do some shows on my own, but it's fun doing the stuff with them too. Oh, you love me as Adam Lambert, huh? Yeah, that was an interesting and fun period of my life. You know, I went into work every day as Adam Lambert. Well, sometimes David Bowie, but mostly Adam Lambert, and I would dance around on stage and sing the songs, and it was fun. Kudos to Adam. He is probably the most amazing voice of any artist I know right now. There will be a Team JD shirt soon. Team JD / Team Proppy. David Bowie. No, David Bowie's well before my age, but I mean, some things are timeless. I love Bowie. I love a lot of the old favorites. I'm a huge Beatles fan. I went and saw Queen last year with Adam Lambert. It was one of the best shows ever. Yeah, he's got good eyebrows. Well, guys, I think I'm going to have to call it. I've been on with you for almost an hour, I believe, and the Twitter party is long over. I hope that you all got a chance to understand what the Twitter party was about. It was about World Vision Canada and the great work that they're doing. We were kind of highlighting the Killie Climb for kids, but I'm still a huge supporter of theirs, and I will continue to be, and I am so grateful for all of you because you make all this happen. You make my career happen, you make the stuff with World Vision happen, and you should be proud of that. That's amazing. So, good night.